Namaste, my beautiful queens. Let me raise it a little bit. This is going to be me continuing explain to you the moon card, the 18th arcana. I have already explained you this card in love and relationship, and I considered it very, very important to explain you that card, not just in love relationship, but a relationship in general, people, a relationship, whatever relationship you're having with the person who you're asking about, whether business or friends or a neighbor or something else. That would be also truth about any relationship. I explained you what this card means in a previous video, so you have to be very careful when you see the moon card. Now we will continue describing and explaining this card in other general meanings and if we need to apply it to a situation. General meaning, so-called sacral meaning, general meaning, also talks about a person who came to you or a person who you are asking about is under influence of emotions of fear. It's someone who is scared, someone who is sad, someone who is afraid, and also someone who feels that everything is helpless and hopeless. And what you need to pay attention that very often, the situation is not that hopeless. It can be actually not that bad, but it's a person himself or herself or himself who just convinced himself that there is, or herself or himself, there is no way out, that it's just you're stuck in a swamp. It's a physical and emotional and mental stage of being in a very gloomy, even a depressive condition. Also, the changes which the person wants, or the situation being improved, the things, improvements, what comes to moon, depend on this person. As sometimes I told you already, for example, about Wheel of Fortune, you can be caught in such situation where you just have to patiently wait until that wheel turns up, or like I explained you sometimes with a hangman, you have to be hanging on a little bit longer, depending, of course, on the situation and cards around. But here the moon shows that you can absolutely come out of it. You can absolutely change it. You can, but your emotional stage and your mental emotional stage prevents you from it. It's like you can get up from the couch and the door is open. You just get up and you just come to the door, open it, and walk out. But a person is sitting on a couch thinking, what if I gonna walk to the door and something happened? What if I open the door and it's a beast standing out there and he's gonna eat me alive, or something like this? I'm exaggerating, but so for you to understand that you're absolutely free to do it, but you don't do it because you are afraid, you're scared, you even very often the fears, you created them just in your head. They don't exist, but they just exist in your head. So if you need to give an advice, if people asking you, or person asking you, what am I supposed to do? The moon shows you just do it. the changes are possible, but if you wait until someone is gonna come to you and pull you out of the swamp. I already explained you the symbols on the card of the moon, because the next card, what comes after the moon, is the card of the sun. And then comes judgment, and then comes the peace. I'm sorry, the peace, the world. The world in Russian, it's world and peace. Two meaning to the world and peace. So of course you can come out from the moon to the sun. I already explained you why the classic arcana has those rays when it's a card of a moon, but there are rays as if it was the sun. Already explained you the symbology, because the symbology here, that it's a moon which covered up the sun. The sun is behind the moon, so you absolutely can come out, climb out of the swamp, walk this path, past the wolf and the dog, past the forest, and find yourself on the other side of the moon under the sun. But you got to do it. You can't wait until someone does it for you, or things are somehow gonna be resolved by themselves. You gotta do it yourself. So yes, the person can feel like, I'm not sure if I can, I'm not sure if I have what it takes, so on and so on. Also, this is the card which is time-wise usually connected with 1 month, 1 moon. They say in ancient time, they say come in 2 moons. It meant come in 2 months. So the things are advised to be changed within 1 month. So within 1 month, please put yourself together, pull yourself together, get over your fears, and actually do what it takes, and you're gonna come to the sun. Of course, cards next to the moon will show you what this situation is connected with, whether it's connected with emotions, feelings. If there are cups there, of course it's with material things. If it's the pentacles, and if there are swords, then some intellectual, career things, and so on. You have to also understand that it really depends a lot what position and what cards you're gonna see near the moon. If you see once pretty much scream, you have to do it. You can't put it further, the decision of this problem further away. The ones are screaming, you gotta do it. You cannot put it for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, so on. If you see swords, a lot of swords, you have to tell your client or yourself, if you see it for yourself, that you are wrong about something. Your thoughts about someone or something are wrong also. Swords always with the moon show hidden enemies. And if you see the pages of the knights, the king, the queen, they will show you actual people who are your hidden enemies. Also, if you, of course, already say, obviously, there are cups connected with the emotions, then you are being overly emotional about the situation. And like I said in your first video, you refuse to see the things how they really are. Of course, you got to say to people they need to see the things how they are. You have to tell them, because it's a very emotional card, and unfortunately emotions which prevent your client or yourself to see things how they are. And also what makes this card, already said in previous videos, so similar to devil, as someone lost control and seeing things which are not their illusion. So if you're gonna follow just your emotions and your illusions and refuse to see how things are, that can be the danger right there. And especially, please, be careful if you see it with devil, hangman, 7 of swords, 5 of swords, so on. Moon together with the fool with 0 arcana can show seriously psychologically ill person. Moon and fool, either in upright or reversed, or one is upright and one reversed. Please be careful if you see moon with the fool, moon with the devil, moon with 7 of swords, moon with a hangman. Please be careful. Warn people, because it can be very serious issue out there. So this is a very warning, huge warning card. Also be careful if you see the moon with death card, because it's also showing that the person is in danger. For example, a woman living with a drug addict or with an alcoholic and drug addict, or a person like a psychopath, that can show serious dangers, or under influence of any of those things, a person can turn into something else and the life can be in danger. So please, 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 your job is to warn people, and the job of them to whether follow your advice or not. In general readings, reversed moon shows that the person can't no longer resolve this problem himself. Then he's too stuck in his wrong ideas, too submerged into emotions, and that require professional help, that require, whether it's a help of a psychologist or if it's connected with finances, financial consultant or a family consultant, whatever situation is connected with. If you see the reversed moon, it means that this situation requires highly trained professional. Can be about finances, it can be about real estate, can be about business, can be about health, can be about love, relationship, emotional stage. It means that person can't get out of this himself or herself. The professional help is necessary. Unfortunately, the reversed moon increases negativity of major arcanas in the spread. The only card which is not influenced by a reversed moon is the 19th arcana, the sun. Sun is not getting influenced by the moon card. Also, the reversed moon card together with the devil can talk about influence of dark magic spells. Reversed moon together with reversed high priestess, reversed moon together with upright or reversed devil can show that the dark spells, dark rituals were done for this person. Also, again, reversed moon with 5 of sword, 7 of sword, and 10 of sword shows a very serious influence of dark spells over there. So you need to see such things. Now, if we would be talking about work, about job, about career, it shows shadowy situation. This situation could be happening because you, if you are looking at yourself or your client, did something not right in their work, in their business, or was relying on the information which was not unfortunately true. It's a situation which is a result of mistakes you or your client have done in the past. Unfortunately, if you are about to sell something, if you are about to sign some contract, you see this card, it means it's not gonna happen. If, for example, you have a little grocery store and you ordered products and you're asking, are there gonna be good quality products, and you see this moon, it means that this card, I mean, the products are gonna be wrong. Also, if you're hiring someone to fix your roof, for example, and you're asking the cards, will they do a good job? Can I rely on these people to do a good job? And unfortunately, you see the moon, it means the job is gonna be bad, shadowy, people not gonna be attentive to their job. They can buy products for less money that they gonna charge you. Anyway, it's always connected with lies, shadowy business, wrong information, or someone tells you, I only have $100, but in fact they have 1,000. So someone tells you not true. Always, if you are asking how people gonna take me at this place of my work, unfortunately, there are a lot of shadowy games. People are insincere. No one trusts nobody. Interesting thing that this is a card which you see when you look at different politicians. You will see this. There is one area only, one area in which, in profession, one area in which moon can be positive. You already understand that it's not a positive card, unfortunately, but that's why we have those cards, to warn us, don't do this, don't go there. It's people who are in creative professions, because this card is connected with deep intuition and with imagination. And the person who is in creative profession, for example, a writer, musician, artist, those who bring the emotions and feelings out into something material, writing detectives or novels, mystical stories, writing music or very deep paintings which provoke a lot of thinking. This is the very positive card for people who are in this profession. If it's not about any creative professions, any business, this card is negative. Unfortunately negative. What else I wanted to say? Financial situation also, this card will be negative in any professions, unless again it's writers, musicians, or artists or painters. Negative card in finances. Again, reversed card would talk about problems in job, in business, in finances, in receiving the loans or loans, so on and so on. Also, again, I'm repeating, this is a card of hidden enemies. Someone is playing against you. Someone is trying to, do some shadowy business about you. Now, if we are talking about, if we will talk about personality, if it's about personality, you are asking cards, who am I? Who am I dealing with? What is this person? You get the card of the moon. Um, Personality wise, you can say one positive thing about such personality, as it's a person with very highly, deeply developed intuition. And such people usually, yeah, forgot to say, you said forgot to say, if you are asking cards what profession I need to choose, or your client, or your child maybe already at the age in which he has to choose a profession. This is esoteric professions which connected with esoteric intuition and all of the sacred secret knowledges. This is what's positive about a profession. About personality, you can say that it's someone who has a very deep intuition. But unfortunately, together with this positive sign of intuition, unfortunately, there's too many negative signs coming with the moon. It's a person who is very locked, like closed, someone who doesn't like to show his feelings to others, or can be, it's like a double. It's a person who is too emotional, but at the same time all these emotions are locked, blocked deep inside. It's someone who is melancholic, someone who has tendency to be apathic, to be sad, to be kind of in a gloomy mood, to be even depressed. So of course it's not not a very positive card again in personalities. Also, unfortunately, personality which being brought by the card of the moon can have all kinds of psychological issues, mental, emotional, and psychological. And this is the card which shows addictions, shows alcohol addiction, drug addiction, gambling addiction, or even if you would see you put additional cards there, it could be even sexual strange things the person can prefer. And so of course you need to be careful if you see this card at the personality. Who am I dealing with? And you see this card. Also, it's a person who is jealous, a person who sees like kind of suspect that all the world against them, a person with tons of fears, with tons of phobias, with tons of insecurities. Unfortunately, it's a serious warning. Much worse again if you're asking about personality and you see this card in reversed position, then it is already a very serious psychological. It can be already clinical. It can be clinical. If you see this card in reverse position, it's a serious psychological, emotional, mental problem. So please be careful. Again, if it's an advice, I already told you, and you see the reversed card, the person needs to get a professional help, a psychologist, psychiatrist, or so on. And so of course again this is a someone who lies, someone who cheats, someone playing double games, someone wearing masks, someone who is a very skilled manipulator card of professional thieves, professional, all like manipulators, so on and so on. So again, negative card in personality as well. If we take a specific situation, we have a couple more minutes. What we can say additionally, when we see this card to a given being put down in a spread or to a given situation, again, the situation which causes a lot of discomfort. This is a situation which causes fears, which causes a lot of doubts. But I am repeating, you can make it work. You can come out from the moon to the sun. You can, if you go kind of take control over your fears and doubts and act. This is the card, if given for the situation, which screams you got to do something. You have to act. Also, the cards near this one will give you additional hints what needs to be done to come out of this complicated situation. Usually the man or woman who you are looking at, they have to think and they have to act, but not to think like on impulse, but think carefully. Okay, if I do this, this is what's gonna happen. If they need to consult with a professional, with someone, if they need to get additional information in order to get out of it, that needs to be done. I am repeating again, ones would tell you that they have to act as fast as possible. No fears, doubts, and oh, I don't know if I can, oh, I don't know if I am this, I am that. I already said, if you see cups, then unfortunately someone is being in this illusion, delusional, seeing things, hoping for the things to happen, to change somehow, but they are not going to happen by themselves. Also, this is the advice to be practical, to rely only on something you have. For example, the facts which you've checked. People who you know for sure are knowing what they are talking about and what they are doing. If it's situation, should I do it? Should I not? Of course, this card says don't get stuck in your doubts and fears, and of course you can do it. Also, sometimes I will tell you a situation when a woman was in a very she was living with her husband, and her mother-in-law lived with them, and this mother-in-law made her life a living hell. But she was afraid to leave that house because she didn't know if she was able to financially supply herself. Unfortunately, she stayed in that house. Husband wouldn't protect her anyhow, and she was so severely abused emotionally, psychologically by the mother of this man that she got sick and her conditions were getting worse and worse. And unfortunately, she in a couple years later, she was gone. This is the moon situations. Like, if you don't get out of it, it's gonna be really bad. But the woman stays. Again, your job is to warn. They can either take your warning or not, because this can be a fear of letting something go and you just holding on to it, And that's what you're holding on to is slowly killing you. In relationship, it's holding on to abuser, holding on to toxic relationship, which are destroying you physically, psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. So yes, it's a huge warning to the situation. Then, if you can't let go because you can't, whatever situation is, here you have to say, if you don't do it, then unfortunately other cards will tell you what can follow with that. So the moon is critical card, but it's a warning card. It's a card which says you, okay, this is what you're dealing with, so please, you need to find the solution and you need to act following that solution, or things might get worse. Think about it, research it, get information, get the people who can help you get this information and act, because right now you at the such point in which you got to resolve it, because if you don't resolve it, if the surgery is not done on time, then the condition can worsen. So this is the card which tells you, gives you a lot of warning. And of course, if you see this connected with people or a person or a group of people or a business you are being offered, then of course it tells you don't go there, don't do that. All kinds of deceit, all kinds of manipulation, all kinds of lies, shadowy businesses, hidden agenda, enemies, all this card gives you the warning about it. It's a card which warns you, and who is warned, that is armed. This is all, my beautiful queens, about the moon card, and we will continue with arcana, with the next arcana, the sun, in our next videos. Namaste.